What up with y'all, man? It's Mr. Zach, and I'm back with another reaction. Man, y'all do me a favor, man. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to the video so you guys can get content every time I drop a video. But today, man, we got American citizens reacting off this No King protest. A lot of people wasn't feeling it. A lot of people were saying that it doesn't make any sense. We know that we don't have a king out here. And we also have Donald Trump trolling. He's the biggest troll of them all. We're going to start the video off with a troll from Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? But, man, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this situation, man. Do you guys think it was cool to protest about no king? Did you go out there and protest? You know, just give me your reactions. I would like to know that, man. I would like to read it. But anyway, man, y'all protect yourself at all times. Keep your head on the swivel. God bless you. God bless me, man. And God bless America. And I'm out, Mr. Zach Reacts. Peace. Let's get to the content.
Country on Saturday as well. What are your thoughts on those?
What do they call it? No king?
No kings.
I don't feel like a king. I have to go through hell to get stuff approved. A king would say, I'm not going to get this. A king would have never had the California mandate to even be talking to him. He wouldn't have to call up Mike Johnson and Thune and say, fellas, you got to pull this off, and after years we get it done. No, we're not a king. We're not a king at all. Thank you very much.
A huge thank you to all the No King protesters yesterday. I was very concerned that King was trying to take my place, but thanks to your tireless efforts, I am still your president. Great job.
Over 5 million people took to the streets today to protest. 5 million.
And over 77 million don't give a 77 million.
So you want to know how good Donald Trump really is? Just look at it this way. He literally had millions of Democrats in the street yesterday referring to him as a king. Trump winning.
So the No Kings protest happened yesterday. The irony of this whole protest is that it's supposed to acknowledge that we're not under authoritarian rule or a dictatorship, that we don't live in a monarchical society, that we shouldn't have kings as leaders. But not one liberal I saw yesterday acknowledged the one king, or should I say cackling queen, that skipped the primaries and went straight to being a presidential candidate. You already know what I'm gonna say.
Mission accomplished, Democrats. Mission accomplished. You guys did it. I can't believe you guys did it. You guys proved that Democrats have absolutely no business running a country. At all. Period. Because at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with ICE. This all has to do with rioting, looting, and fighting police. It has nothing to do with ICE. You guys in California don't give a shit about immigration. You know how I know you don't care about immigration? Because you're burning the American flag. Because if you wanted those people to stay here, you would have been protesting peacefully for them to stay here and waving American flags. But you're waving Mexican flags, which proves that you guys are for Mexico, not for the United States. We own California. They're part of the Union in the United States. They're not part of Mexico. We bought California from Mexico back in the mid-1800s. Like, know your history. It's not stolen land. It is bought land. God, you guys are ridiculous.
In 2020, they said that your kids couldn't go to school. They said that you couldn't go to work unless you were an essential worker. And if you tried that, they would arrest you. There are hairdressers who went to jail. There are people who own restaurants who went to jail. And when they allowed you to go back to the restaurant, you had to wear a mask only until you sat down. They said that you couldn't go to church. There are people who went to church and were just sitting out in the parking lot and then got fines because they were listening out into the radio. There are people who couldn't go to the gym. They got fined for going to the gym. There are people who couldn't go to parks. They would close down the parks, shut them down totally, chain them off. People couldn't go to skate parks. And when they were going to the skate parks, they decided that they would fill them up with sand to stop you. There were stores that were completely closed, or there were stores that had non-essential aisles, and they would shut them down, rope them off. They told you which directions you had to walk And when you went to the stores and where you had to stand in line and you had to mask and you had to get the jab or at least show proof of that, or you couldn't participate in civil society. And when you went to work, they said that you had to get the jab, you had to continuously get tested, which your employer did not have to pay for. So you have to pay for that out of pocket, even though the disease could still spread to other people. They didn't have to be continuously tested because they obviously wanted to break your will. And some people, they didn't give you a choice with that. If you were a healthcare worker, you had to get it or you're going to lose your job. To control where you could go, who could come in your house, whether you could travel between your two houses, whether you could go out in the water alone. Maybe if you were in a canoe, that was fine. But if you had the audacity to have a motor in your boat, then oh my gosh. While you were busy trying to protest so you get your business open, Governor Gavin Newsom was busy at the French Laundry having a good dinner. Governor Tim Walz was very happy to arrest folk. Gretchen Whitmer was trying to get her boat in the water. Loved ones were in the hospitals. Our elderly were mixed in with people with COVID. And we know that that was a bad idea because certain officials made sure to get their loved ones out of there. And then how were they rewarded? Oh, to be the assistant health secretary. And don't you dare call him a man. You're going to lose your ability to speak freely on Twitter. If you dared to buck up against that system or voice criticism, they wanted you kicked off of social media. They said you were unaliving grandma. Some of these people said that they didn't even want y'all treated at the hospitals at all. And they had the audacity to get a bunch of doctors together to sign a letter to say, if you want to go out and protest for BLM, that's A-okay. Why am I bringing all this up? Because people think that Donald Trump is a king and they're protesting all over America because it's the 250th birthday of the Army, which happens to coincide with also Flag Day and Donald Trump's birthday. So these people are worried that he's a king.
Listen, if y'all want to go walk around in the street and protest anti-kings or whatever, go ahead and do it. But understand, this is a corporate generated protest. This is not organic. This is not organic. This isn't the people rising up. This is corporations telling you what to think. A gigantic list of all the people that are contributing to make this protest happen. Let's ignore the fact that so many of them get government money, but that's besides the point. So while y'all are out there blocking traffic, making the best out of your Saturday, understand that a very long list of very rich people are telling you what to do. If you're gonna fight the oligarchy, maybe start with things that they're forcing y'all to do to believe that you came up with it. You can come up with that. They created this. This is not, do you see what I'm saying?
No King's Day. No King's Day, man. Y'all special. Y'all special. Y'all do know if y'all had a king that was running America, you wouldn't have no free speech. You wouldn't even have the rights to even criticize that king. You wouldn't have no First Amendment. Matter of fact, if you would have criticized that king in the streets, protesting and all that shit, your ass is getting locked up. Better yet, you might get executed. But yeah. And you still haven't lost no rights. Still got your First Amendment, still got your Second Amendment. There's no kind of tyranny going on in this country. This president don't have you under no type of tyranny. Y'all don't even know what tyranny is. Nobody experienced tyranny. None of y'all ever experienced tyranny. Nobody at them protests experienced what tyranny is like. You want to experience tyranny? Shit, go to another country. But just be lucky that, or be blessed that you had the First Amendment. You had the rights to go out in all these major cities and protest No King Day. You had the right to do it. And nobody stopped you. Those officers and those Marines and those National Guards, they was out there for rioters. But y'all had the rights to peaceful protest. Nobody stopped y'all. Y'all did it for days. So just be thankful that y'all have the right.
No King's protest. It's some dumb shit. I ain't gonna lie. If you live in the United States of America, you had a chance to go and vote who the fuck you wanted for president. And if you in a Republican state and you voted for Donald Trump to be president after hearing what he wanted to do and what he ran on, and your dumb ass out there with a No Kings protest sign on, then you need the shit slapped at you. Now, on the other hand, I understand people that's out there protesting who may have voted for Kamala Harris and would have rather her be president and all of that. But at the end of the day, we also got to understand this. We have a president. There's no kings in the United States of America. No kings at all. Donald Trump ain't doing no type of king shit. Only thing Donald Trump is doing is what he literally said he was going to do when he was running for president. None new, nothing. Even if it's a little slivs and gabs, bro, he's still following it by the T. He ain't doing nothing different he said he wasn't going to do. Now I just pray everybody make it home safe. Don't nobody get hurt. People don't have to get tossed around like a goddamn ping pong ball and all of that. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you out there with a sign in your hand, especially in Tennessee, knowing this is a Republican state, when there are no kings, you just really want to be a part of the movement. You was bored and didn't have nothing to do, and it was raining this weekend in Tennessee, so why not go out there and just, I don't fucking know.
So you went out on No King's Day and you protested. Got a lot accomplished, did you? The very fact that you can go out and protest today or on No King's Day shows that we really don't have a king. But how about in the state of California, where we've had somebody leading the state as a tyrant and a dictator who's actually made mandates and decrees and dictating rules, not by law, that are actually putting people out of work, closing businesses, affecting families, and destroying lives. And this guy, Governor Gavin Newsom, he thinks he is the voice of the people, standing up for the rights of the people, where he had no problem trampling on those rights. And now he wants to be president of the United States. If you really want to stop a dictator from getting into the White House, you're going to stop Gavin Newsom. And guys, only together can we keep Gavin Newsom out of the White House.
These No King protests are so ridiculous. These liberals, not a single thing has changed in their lives. The same amount of people are being deported as last year. They're just hearing about it in the news now. And they're like, no kings. Aren't they the same ones who were in support of vaccine mandates? Taking away people's livelihood because they didn't want to get an experimental shot? You can't come in here if you don't have a mask on. Y'all are the ones with the dictator king complex.
I want to congratulate all the people who went out in the streets yesterday and protested against having a king in America, because guess what, America? I woke up this morning and we do not have a king. President Trump did not turn into a king. We still have a president, but he did not turn into a king. So those protests were successful. We do not have a king in America. If we did have a king in America, I believe we would not be able to protest in the streets. We would not be able to riot in the streets. We would not be doing the things that we're doing currently right now in America, because a king would shut them down. Instead, we still have a president that is allowing us to express our First Amendment rights. So you guys, it was a success yesterday. We do not have a king. All the banners, all the flags, all the miles that were walked, the sunburned faces, the heat that you guys were in, it was worth it, because we woke up today and we do not have a king. So thank you. I don't want to live in America with a king. I appreciate all of you guys going out in the streets yesterday and protesting against not having a king in America, because it was a success. Today we woke up and we still do not have a king. We have a president, but he did not turn into a king overnight.
Good morning, everyone. How was your No Kings protest yesterday? Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish? Let me check. Nope. Donald Trump is still your daddy. Oh, what you look at there. He's actually more popular too amongst every other demographic. You know what's interesting about this whole thing is that the legal migrants that's over here is on Trump's side. The mass majority of them actually supports Donald Trump's deportation orders. It's so funny that nobody had anything to say when Barack Obama deported 4 times the amount of people that Donald Trump is deporting without due process, folks. But the media tells y'all to be outraged when Donald Trump does it. It is so interesting. Do y'all know how to do anything right other than sit there and look stupid with signs up there? Do y'all know how to do anything? Y'all just follow. I know a lot of them are actually paid to be there. But it's so funny because it's failure after failure after failure. And Trump is just succeeding every single day. And y'all just don't get it. Because when we do something, when we stand against something, we actually stand against something. Okay? The whole Bud Light controversy, we took Bud Light from the #1 beer to the #3 beer. That's a huge jump. That's a huge jump. Okay? They lost tens of billions of dollars in revenue. They had to fire their whole marketing team. I look at them trying to make up for it. That's how you do it. When Target had those swimwear for transgender kids, what did we do with Target? They lost so much money due to us, because of us. So much money. That's how you do it. We haven't been to Target in 2 years from it. That's how you do it. Take notes, folks. Like, you all were out there in hot weather. I'm in Phoenix, over 110 degrees weather. Out there with signs talking about no kings, just to wake up in the morning and see Donald Trump steal your daddy, and you still got to say your EBT food stamps. It's like, hey, what the heck is going on?
No, y'all do know these no king protests is silly, right? You know we ain't had a king in the United States since 1776. That's the whole reason we are the United States of America, not the Confederate States of Britain, not the territories of somebody else. This is America. You understand? This is America. We ain't got no president. We ain't got no kings. It's presidents only. Presidents, parliamentarians, congressmen, you name it, you dig. That's what we have over here. The fact of the matter is that y'all that are out there marching, do you even have any earthly idea what you're marching for? You're a lot of y'all are out there in the streets marching with non-American flags, letting people desecrate the American flag, thinking that you're doing something of substance. You ain't doing anything of value, except exposing how little you know about basic government and common sense, the lack thereof of common sense. The straight up and down lack of common sense. And it baffles me how you Americans act so smart and we're so pro the common man, we're so pro the downtrodden, yet you're marching for people that you wouldn't be able to do this crap in their country. We would not be able to go overseas to any other country, desecrate their flag, march in their streets without something happening to us. Seriously, beat it.
This No Kings protest is nothing but a damn joke. That's what it is. They don't even know what they're protesting about. All they know is that they're protesting against Trump because he's in office. That's it. And they know Trump is about this country. He's about America. He's about the people of America. He's about upholding the Constitution, just like any other president of any country would do. See, he's not doing anything wrong. We should have a leader that cares about the people and cares about this country, just like every other country has. But for so long, especially under Obama, that's when the Democratic Party was hijacked by socialists, communists, and Marxists. And they're there to tear down the laws of this country. They want to tear down the Constitution. They want to tear down the value system of America. And they want to tear down the American people who love America and love being here in America. And also the patriarchal family. That's what they're doing. That's the gist of all of this protest, from BLM on up to this No Kings protest. It can't be about deportation. Why? Because they know that Obama was the deport king. That's what he was. He deported more people, millions and millions more people than Trump. Trump only has deported maybe under 100,000 people. And they're doing all of this. And at the end of them finishing this protest that they have, they're still going to get deported. Why? Because it is the constitutional law of the land. But this is put on by globalists, like I keep saying. It is put on by people that want to change the system here in America. Please don't get yourselves out there involved in all of this No King protest. Happy birthday to President Trump and everything. And y'all just stay safe out there. All right.
Those No King protesters look really stupid like the rest of the people who riot for unreasonable claims. It reminds me of the BLM protests and those Palestine protests. What is protesting gonna do for those causes? Not only are the causes stupid, but is looting businesses. What does that do for your dumb cause? I'm just really curious. Because last time I checked, we don't ask for things like that.
Another day, another stupid ass protest being orchestrated by a bunch of idiots. All right, I have a question. I need somebody that is involved in the protest, somebody that is drinking the Kool-Aid of bullshit, somebody that fell victim to the propaganda. Go into the comments and answer this question, or, series of questions. Who does this benefit? What is the purpose? And why are you doing it? What is the purpose of this protest? Are y'all protesting because of the fucking parade? Really? Do y'all not know every major country has parades to celebrate their military and celebrate specific branches in their military? The Army just turned 250 years old. The best branch, by the way. Yes, sir. And happy birthday to the Army. Is that why? Or is it because that ICE is doing their job as federal agents that has been employed by the federal government to do their job? Really? What is the purpose of this? I know what the purpose is. I'll answer it for you. You guys just doing this shit for attention, to cause more chaos in the country, and just to be divisive. Straight up. Again, I don't know how many times we have to stress this. The American people wants deportations. The American people put Trump in office on November 5th because we want deportations. We want that. Okay? We want law and order in this country. Sorry to break the news to you. We voted for that. I don't understand what is the point of this protest. No kings. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all literally look stupid. And we're all just sitting back laughing while Trump's approval rating keeps going up because we approve of what he's doing. So you guys are protesting. I just hope you know, majority of America, we don't feel that way. We're just laughing at y'all because you guys all look stupid.
Okay, so I have a real question. So don't just blast me out, which you can because I really don't care. But why were y'all out rallying? Why were y'all out protesting yesterday? No kings? People are on the news from these rallies saying, we don't have a king. The flag belongs to the people. No one has ever said we have a king. No one's said that the flag doesn't belong to us and it belongs to someone else. What are y'all doing? I'm so confused.
You didn't protest today. You just wasted a Saturday and called it activism. I mean, let's be honest. Most people have no idea how to protest or affect great change these days. You had No King's Day and you chanted, this is what democracy looks like. But really you have no idea because all you really did was block some intersections, stand in front of some courthouses or city halls and chant. And that's about it. You affected no great change today. And I have no idea what you were trying to accomplish. Maybe you can put it in the comments. You're not resisting tyranny. Yeah, you might be instigating a little bit of civil disobedience, but that's not going to really do anything. Real protest is the Rosa Parks of the world, the Martin Luther Kings. Even Occupy Wall Street had a function and a goal. Next time you want to fight the system, don't chant, this is what democracy looks like. Learn that we're not a democracy. We're actually a republic, a constitutional republic, and we have laws. So why would you be protesting against somebody who's trying to enforce the laws of our land? And what does that say to the people who came to this country the right way and went through the process? What are you communicating to them? That they wasted their time? If you participated in a protest today, what were you hoping to accomplish, or what do you feel like you accomplished? If you didn't participate, why?
I know y'all been protesting for a while now. I just don't want to really bring y'all the bad news, but somebody got to break it down to y'all. Donald Trump's still going to be y'all president. Today, tomorrow, next week. And I know y'all done got together. They even had some people protesting in Baton Rouge, downtown, everywhere yesterday. So y'all gonna do this again today, or y'all gonna take y'all a break and kind of stay out the heat and drink y'all water, or y'all gonna make some more signs? Because you can make all the signs you want. I'm sorry to tell y'all, he's still gonna be y'all president. So I'm trying to find out, y'all want y'all voice to be heard to get him out the White House? Like what? I don't know. I don't think that he's gonna leave. I don't think they're gonna make him leave. You know what I'm saying? So could y'all kind of like just settle down? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I guess I don't know what to tell y'all to do, but Donald Trump is still your president. Okay? Hugs and love. I had to come give y'all the news that a lot of people may not want to hear, but Donald Trump is your president. Hugs and love, J-Lo. Mwah.